Okay. How you want me to depart out of here? Up to 1200 and turn left over to the crosswind?
Yeah, and then we'll continue the climb, and we'll do what's called a downwind departure, and we'll announce that.
Okay.
Now, if there's somebody on a 45 coming into the downwind, I may just elect to go straight west behind them.
Runway approach area is clear, right and left. Runway is clear, we're taking a right. Cloud traffic, 72662, departing runway 36, cloud. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're waiting for the airspeed to come up. Alright, airspeed's alive. Looking down the runway. 40. 55, she's ready to fly. There's 50. 55. And up we go. 1200. Alright. Runway limit. Alright. 70 on the climb. Got traffic 12 o'clock. Alright. Oh, that feels good. Alright. Set up 1200, right?
Yeah, that's within 300 feet of pattern altitude, and
okay.
then you can make your turn.
And we're going to turn to the left, correct?
Correct.
Alright. I'll get that nose down just a little. Actually, let's try to climb out 70.
Actually, that's not bad. Just put the nose on the horizon. You're going to get about best rate.
1100, 500 foot per minute on the climb. Alright, approaching 1200, we'll go clear to the right, or the left rather. And let's go ahead and start a left turn. We'll hold it right there. Traffic, please. All the traffic out if you see it. And you said when we went up, make a turn over to the...
Yeah, you can go ahead, turn on downwind, and we'll do what's called a downwind departure. And then just announce downwind departure south.
Cloud traffic, Cessna 72662, downwind departure south, cloud.
And just keep your climb going till we get up to about 2800.
Alright.
The other thing is in the climb, lower the nose periodically, maybe every 500 feet, yeah.
Okay. Now let's continue the climb then. Feels better than I thought it would.
Yeah, it's a nice day. If you're going to thermals maybe, but it's out.
Nice and flat, it's not like Washington.
Yeah, I mean, you got to deal with the hills.
Older mountains. We had the Cascades to the east and the Olympics to the west.
Test. How do you hear me now? Is that okay?
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
All right.
My problem is my microphone keeps getting out on me. You're right, these seats do recline pretty bad.
Now these quarries are a good visual. I'll remind you of those when we're coming in.
Okay.
Those rooftops there, all those white rooftops all through here. You can see that many miles away, so if you ever disorient it, you want to know how to get back to Clow, aim for the white rooftops. Okay. I'll show you some other waypoints as we come in that we use as markers for the airport, because it is a challenge sometimes to find, particularly at night. All right, now you can go ahead and turn southwest. We're way above the traffic pattern. Anybody try to come clear to the right? Yep.
And over we go.
Now once you get past the homes here, that farmland is our practice area, okay?
Oh, straight out there?
Yeah.
Like where the white rooftop is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually even here, I sometimes will start off here and move my way south, just so we don't get too far from the airport, because we don't like to spend a lot of time going to and from the practice area.
Right. Over now, let's have a look. I don't see any traffic. Let's go ahead and continue on up. And there's 2006. Up on 28. And let's go ahead and start the level off. Let the airplane accelerate. And then we'll go ahead and drop back to about 2300. It is bumpy up here today, isn't it?
Yeah, the thermals, we get up, we'll try it once we get out of the Bravo. We're underneath the Bravo still at 3600.
Okay.
So just make sure you don't go above 3000, give us some buffer.
Okay, let's get down then.
You're okay here. You don't need to waste time going back down, but just hold your altitude here. Now let's head west. We're going to make use of that farmland.
All right, clear to the right. Clear.
And once we get past the homes here, what we'll do is clearing turns. There's lots of ways to do it. I don't care how you do it, but the one way I teach is I do 90 degrees one direction, then 90 degrees back. You can do 180, you can do 360. There's a lot of different ways to do it. What I do here is once I get past the homes, I'll do clearing turn to the north, and then I'll do another one back to the west, and we'll usually go into slow flight at that point. Just clear after each maneuver.
All right, after each maneuver, you want to do another set of clearing turns?
I do, yeah. The reason is, unless we just did a did a quick power off stall, and then we're going right into a departure, then I would. But there's a lot of training aircraft. Lewis University trains out here. The guys at DuPage come down here once in a while, and there's us.
Right.
And there's another guy at Lewis that also trains, and even the Morris guys, at Blue Skies, come up here. So you just got to be conscious of the training aircraft.
Much bumpier here than it ever was in Washington.
Yeah, well, you get the thermals.
Right.
Let's bring it back down just so we to about 3, and you can do that while we turn to the right.
Now, when you define clearing turns, you're just doing standard clearing turns, right?
What I'm looking for is just other aircraft.
Right.
And before I do maneuvers.
That was pretty good.
Okay, you can go back to the west. There we go.
One of the problems I had initially was I always wanted to keep that back pressure on the elevator.
Just keep pointing that way. Roads here out in this area generally run east, west, north, south. So generally, so you can kind of get a gauge visually from that. All right, this is good. Let's go into slow flight.
Okay, so we'll pull the power back to 15. And I'll let the airplane decelerate. 19.27 sounds pretty good.
All right.
All right, as we get down, we'll drop the first notch of flaps. Going down some more, let's go ahead and bring down second notch of flaps. All right. And let's go ahead and bring down the third notch of flaps. There we go. Now she's wanting to... All right, there we go. Bring a little power in. Let me make sure stay above stall speed. Okay. Speed's low.
Well, bring it up to, you should have the horn on. Bring it to around 40, about 5 knots above the bottom of the white. You're
Okay.
at full flaps, bottom of the white is the stall.
There it is.
That's good. Right there's good. Just try to keep the horn on. And if you think in terms of pitch for airspeed, power for altitude, even though the FAA doesn't like that, it works. It's a way to think about it, even though one affects the other. All right, that's good. You're nice and level. You're holding, you got the horn on. You got right rudder in for the torque and P factor. That's nice. Now let's practice a turn. You don't have to do more than 10 degrees. We'll go to the left.
All right, clear to the left.
And here, obviously, you're diverting some of the lift, so it's going to take maybe a little bit more angle of attack and power. Just try to keep the horn on consistently and watch your altitude. Every now and then, let your scan come back inside the aircraft to look at the instrument. But they should be primarily outside.
Okay. Do I continue over to the left here?
Yeah, that's good. This is good. Now stay on the left heading, and this is just for practice. Not everybody does it, but I like to for stick and rudder technique. Let's practice climbing in slow flight. A little tough on a day like this, so keep the horn on, put some power in, and get a climb going. Keep the horn on. We'll climb up to about 3,000. And
I get a lower the nose a little bit.
There you go. 40's about right. That gives you about 5 knots margin to the stall. Because
I'm having to add more and more right rudder here.
Yep, a lot more power, a lot more P factor.
Yeah, we're only getting about 100 foot per minute right now.
All right.
Nose down. It's too slow.
All right. And then now what we're going to practice is descending in slow flight. So keeping the horn on. So you keep that pitch up, ease out the power. Remember we said pitch for airspeed, power for altitude.
Yep.
So bring a little power out, keep the horn on. That's it, that's nice. A little descent going, we'll go back down to 2,700 and then we'll recover. Good. You probably hit a thermal right about now. It's kind of fighting you. So let's go ahead and
go ahead. My descent here. Pull power out.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to do is hit a full stall.
Well, if you do, just lower the nose and add full power.
Back up, yep.
All right, go ahead and recover. And I'll try to hold 2,700. Go full power. Watch your altitude. Bring that nose up a little bit. Yep. There you go.
Airspeed's coming up.
There you go.
DY, flap 0.
Good use with the rudder, keeping the ball centered.
A little bit harder to do than I remember.
And once you get up to around 95 knots, level it off, bring the power, typical level off procedure, bring the power back.
Go for 2,700. Oh, that's that one. Alright, power out.
Alright, good. And we'll go back to cruise configuration about 2,200 RPM. Alright, that was really good. Now, what we'll do is another clearing turn to the west and back to the south. I just want to make sure, though, if the sun's in your eyes, we'll do a different direction. I don't like to do stalls with suns in our eyes.
Okay.
But we'll try it. Go to the clearing turn to the right.
All right.
And then back to the left. And we're going to do approach to landing stall. A quick review. You're going to get in the landing configuration and then get into a descent at 65 knots with the power at idle. And then pull up like you're flaring. And the airspeed bleeds off and you stall.
All right, you want me to go to full developed stall then?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Private's full developed. Commercials, Buffett, ATP is onset. All right, go back to the south now.
Okay, coming around to the left.
And hold it at 27. We just got to recover by, I use 2,300 feet, be conservative. The elevation out here is about 600. So 1,500 feet would be 21. So just to stay cool with the regs.
Okay.
All right, looking good. Now. And let's go ahead and just start slowing it down. Ease your flaps in. Keep a level attitude to help slow it down. And you can bring the nose up a little bit more to slow it down and prevent that loss of altitude. And then you can start easing your flaps in. In this airplane, one notch at 110. And then the others when you're in the white arc.
Right. All right, so
full flaps, power to idle, and then get it into a descent, like you're on a final approach.
Okay.
A little slow, but that's okay. Go ahead and you can pull up to the stall now and then recover.
Pull it up, stall, right?
Yep, get above the horizon. You pull until you get the brake. A little more.
There it comes.
There you go, full power, flaps 20. Wait for the airspeed to recover, then put the nose in the horizon. Once the nose is on the horizon, wait for a positive rate of climb before you take the flaps out.
Okay.
10 degrees and 20 degrees have lift. 30 doesn't, it's more drag.
Right.
20's in between. So usually we wait for a positive rate of climb before we take all the flaps out. All right, that was pretty good. Let's do a clearing turn to the west.
All right, hang on a second. Let me recover some altitude here. Or you want to just go ahead and
Go to the west, but keep climbing.
Okay. Over to the right.
And what we'll do is let's get back up to about 28, and we'll try the same thing. But what we'll do is we'll put in about 15 degrees bank to the left, just to practice that.
All right. So let's walk me through that one more time.
Sure. We'll do, in fact, I'll tell you what, have you done them with banks before?
No.
Okay, so let's do this. It'll be easier. Go ahead and get back to a cruise configuration.
I'm doing right now.
And then what we'll do is we'll just do, not an approach to landing stall, we'll just do a power off stall. And if you want, I'll demonstrate one, or I'll just talk you through it. Whatever you like.
Let's just see how we do if you just talk me through it.
All right, that's what I think. So you're pretty comfortable with the stall, I think. So we're going to slow it down, put full flaps in, and then we're just going to go ahead and once we got it slowed down and power to idle, you're going to pull up to a stall, and then you're going to put a bank in of about 15 degrees as you're pulling back. And then once you stall, it's the same recovery procedure. Nose down, level the wings with aileron this time. You don't when on a departure stall, but it's okay to level the wings because you were turning.
Okay.
And then flaps 20 at the nose and the horizon.
Okay.
Positive rate of climb.
All right, so let me get the flaps down to 20 then. We're slowing down here, correct?
Yep. Slowing down. Keep a level attitude, and you can go ahead and put the rest of the flaps in.
The flaps are in. Here comes the drag.
Power to idle.
Power to idle.
Now, go ahead and pull up and then turn to the left. Keep pulling, though, as you turn. That's it. Now, just pull up in that bank. Pull back more. Right now, pull back. A little bit more. To get the stall. There it is.
About 20.
Keep the nose down to the airspeed recovers. All right, once it's about 60, bring the nose in the horizon. Now, bring the nose in the horizon. Now, wait for a positive rate of climb. Both of these going up. Then you can take out the rest of your flaps.
Okay, now, I want to make sure I understand you because I think we're getting a little bit of confusion here with terminology. When you say nose on the horizon, you want the front end of that cow on the edge of the horizon up there. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Because what that does is that gives you about, there's an airplane right there.
I don't see him.
That's all right. Just turn to the right a little bit. Probably outdoing.
I still don't have a visual on him.
What that does is it gets you into about a best rate of climb airspeed. It's a visual, so you don't have to be looking at air gauges. You can be looking at cockpit gauges. You can be looking outside the airplane.
Okay.
All right, let's try, we'll do one more of those, and then we'll do a departure stall, because we'll practice those a lot on each, or at least a little bit more on each flight.
Okay.
I want to get to do some landings. So,
all right, pull power out.
Pull power out.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 10. Get in the white arc.
We're in the white arc. Flaps 20.
Go.
Trying to keep the nose level here. I'm losing stuff here.
I'll hold it for you.
Thank you.
All right.
And flaps 30.
Yep, good.
Engine coming out. Throttle's closed.
Now kind of ease up.
Ease up and
start to hold the bank and then pull up into the stall. That's it. Just pull right up till you feel the brake, and then just push the nose down. That's it.
Nose on the horizon. Flaps 20.
Yep.
And we're waiting for positive rate.
That's right. And then you can bring your flaps up.
Flaps 10.
Now, before you bring the nose up, just make sure your airspeed's around 55 or 60.
Before you bring the nose up?
Yeah. And the reason is you'll get what's called a secondary stall, possibly. Not a bad thing, but you don't want that. And
all right, so
let's do another turn, clearing turn.
All right, we'll go to the west.
We got Morris Airport over here, so I think we'll probably just do some landings there. So let's do the departure stall, and then we got to watch time here, and I'd like to do some landings today. Let's do a departure stall.
And you want to go to the south now?
Let me talk how I do it. Yeah, I mean, there's different techniques. It's not that one's right or wrong. The way we teach is you keep a level attitude and you bring the power back, and you want to get back to your rotation speed because you're simulating a stall on departure. And that's how the FAA handbook is written.
Okay.
So bring the power back, and you're going to get down to about 60 knots. Now when you get to 60 knots, you're going to go full power and bring that nose up.
Straight up.
Now you don't want to go like this.
Right.
Bring it up and let the airspeed be off. Now, if you drop a wing, you don't correct with aileron.
Correct with rudder.
Yeah, step on the high wing. Think of it in those terms. If the right wing drops, step on the left rudder. Step on the high wing. And that'll correct your situation. All
Trying to
right.
get it back to 60 here.
Alrighty.
And pull the nose up on it a little bit.
Now full power and keep pulling the nose up. Now hold it right there, right rudder, because of all that torque. Let the airspeed bleed off. As soon as you feel the stall, lower the nose. Not quite a break yet. Yeah, we almost got there. Keep the power in.
Right.
All right, airspeed's recovered. Nose back up on the horizon. Touching the horizon, and then you'll get a positive rate. And then you can go back to cruise configuration.
All right.
And that's a departure stall.
All right, you want me to do it again?
Yeah, let's do one more.
All right, so
And
power.
I'll tell you what, just for positioning with the airport and clearing turns, turn south.
All right, let's go to turn south. Whoa.
I'm going to tune in there real quick here. In case any aircraft are out in here.
We're clear of the class Bravo, aren't we?
Be sure.
Good. Because I'm above 3.
Well, 36 but is the Bravo, but still. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good. All right, go ahead. We're cleared.
All right. Power's coming out. We'll get it back to 60. Gotta maintain that attitude.
Yep. This level attitude, giving a little more back pressure to slow it down. You get to 60, full power, bring the nose up, and just let the airspeed bleed off. Whoa, that's all right. Keep the nose right about there. Just hold it there. That's good. A little bit more. And that airspeed will bleed off. There it is, and you'll get the buffet right about now. Not yet. Pull back a little more.
Requesting airport advisory.
There it is. Nose down.
Aileron straight. Let the airspeed come above 55.
Now you can put the nose up again.
Nose coming up. Get a positive rate. Nose on the horizon.
Beautiful. There you go. Now you got it. All right. Now you can go back to cruise.
All right.
Okay. Now we're gonna let's take a break and do some landings.
Okay.
From all the maneuvers. Those two quarries are nice visuals for Morris. I know you're not familiar with the area, so let me just. I got their frequency tuned in. Okay.
Okay. What are my runways at Morris?
Runway 36 and 18. So we're going to go for 36. Nobody's in the pattern.
Okay. Where is Morris at? I'm
going to show you a sec.
Okay.
Hold on a sec. Let me get this. There we go. All right. It's hard to see, but it's right off there. You may see the hangars and the runway. It's about your 10 o'clock.
Traffic Skyline 757 Romeo Echo. We're
I'll show you.
4 miles out on the BOR 9.
So,
We're gonna.
We got to descend a little bit. Why don't you bring the power back to 18? And we'll just do a nice 500 foot per minute descent to 2,500.
3 miles out on the BOR 9. We're gonna circle.
And I'll do the communications, okay? I'd rather you just focus on flying today. And I'm going to direct you right over the airport, right into the traffic pattern, rather.
7 east of the airport, and then our left downwind for 12 Papa Grove.
Morris traffic, Cessna 72662. We're 4 miles northwest, inbound the 45 for 36, Morris. All right, keep descending and turn to your left, and turn to about, I'll tell you when to stop. I'm going to get you pointed right towards the airport, and maybe you'll see the hang. It's about a 5,000 foot runway, 4,500. All right there is perfect. And just keep your descent going. We're going to go down.
Seminole 265 Alpha Tango's over the Joliet VOR, executing the VOR 9 at Lewis.
We're going to go down to 1,500 feet. technically 1400 is the traffic pattern here.
Is this a concrete runway?
It's asphalt, yeah. Concrete and asphalt.
I see hangars right there.
Yep, that's
Looks like
it. That's it.
Okay, I still don't have a visual on the runway though.
Yeah, it's dark, so it may not show up. You can see the white portion of it that's south, maybe with the taxiway. Let's descend a little quicker. Let's bring the power back to about 12, because we're getting close to the 45 point. We should be in traffic pattern.
All right.
Morse traffic, Cessna 72662, 3 miles northwest. We're inbound to the 45, downwind 36, Morse. Now, what I like to teach in the 72 to make things easy as far as airspeeds is 85, 75, 65. 85 on downwind, 75 on base, 65 on final. And whatever power gets you that. Now, typically...
Lewis traffic, Skyline 757, runway echo is midfield left downwind, runway 2, Lewis.
Typically, you can level off here. Bring the power up to 2,000. Typically about 2,000 on downwind is going to work.
Traffic pattern in use, so.
And a little more nose up.
I heard a lot of 2-0 earlier.
There we go. And you see the runway at this point?
I think I got it.
Okay.
I think I got it. Yeah, I see the south end of it with the taxiway. There, I got it.
Okay. Go ahead and turn on downwind now.
I will follow you for runway 2.
We're going to be a little bit wider pattern just to give us time to get set up and not rush things.
Right.
Morse traffic, Cessna 662, downwind 36, Morse.
Lewis traffic, Skyline 757, Romeo Echo, returning left base, runway 2, Lewis traffic.
I don't see a runway number for the south. It could be white.
Lewis traffic, Skyline 757, Romeo Echo, we're final for runway 2, Lewis traffic.
Alright, so just hold your 1400, about 2,000 RPM. It's a little bit faster than normal. We'll get a gauge at the windsock. The wind is different. We'll just practice a go around and come in at a different angle.
22 November, entering a left downwind for 12 Papa Go.
Check Newton to see if the aerobatic box on
Alright, this is about your base. Go ahead and turn on base. And then once you're on base, let's put the nose up a little bit more to slow it down.
Municipal Airport, Washburn.
And then go ahead and put it in 20-degree flap.
182.
Flaps 20 coming in.
Weather, wind, 19, 0 at 3. Visibility, 10.
It's calm, but we got a tailwind.
1,
That's okay. We'll go through the procedure, do a go around.
7 Celsius. Dew point, 8 altimeter, 29.
Tell you what, go full power. We're going to land on 1.8.
Altitude, 2.
And let's climb up,
Check Newton.
and we're going to come in and land on 1.8.
Okay.
The wind's now at 190 at 3. I mean, it's pretty low, but let's do the right direction.
Okay.
Morris Municipal Airport.
I should have tuned that in earlier. We could have just overflown the airport, but I thought it would have been 3.6 here also. All right, so let's do this. Let's go out this way a little bit, and then we'll come in and make a left and come in on the 45. Climb up to about 1,400 feet.
Go left 180 and come back in.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, absolutely.
Lewis traffic, Skyline 757, Romeo Echo, returning left south, runway 2, total 180.
Okay, you can turn now on downwind. And make a left in this road to your left. Just follow that north, and that'll be downwind.
I don't know how we can work.
Morse traffic, Cessna 72662. We changed runways. We're entering the downwind for 1.8 at Morris.
Lewis traffic, 7 Romeo Echo is turning left downwind for runway 2.
All right, we're on downwind now for 1.8.
Thank you.
Floor landing check. Mixture rich. Goes on both. Seatbelts, doors.
Firm, 7 Romeo Echo is looking for you.
All right.
We're a little bit below. That's all right.
Yeah, just hold 1,400. And what we'll do is once you get a beam the numbers, put 10-degree flap in.
Okay.
Bring your power back to about 18 once you get a beam the numbers. 10-degree flap,
Lewis traffic.
and start a descent.
We're going to do a right 360.
200, 300 feet a minute's fine.
And try to get that power off 180, and we'll still be looking for the traffic that's circling, and we've got you in sight now.
Kind of a congested frequency.
Okay, sounds good.
Those other voices you hear is another airport.
Watertown traffic, try pictures 2560 Papa.
Hey, traffic.
Inbound.
Where at? I don't have it.
Oh, I said I'm looking for traffic.
Oh, okay. All right, look good.
We got a little bit of a wind here.
All right, once they're opposite the numbers, bring the power to 1800 RPM.
All right.
Or 17 actually would work today. 17's good.
All right.
10-degree flap. Put the nose down slightly just to get a little bit of a descent going. And I'll tell you when to turn base. When it's about 45 degrees off your left shoulder is the typical turn to base. Most people teach. And I'd go ahead and turn now. And then once you got base, put 20-degree flap in. That's the key point. You kind of assess your altitude and airspeed at that point. Too high, too low, too fast, too slow. Now we're a little bit low, so don't descend too much. Add a little bit of power back in, about 1700 RPM. That's good. Morse traffic, Cessna 72662. We're base, we'll be turning back to the final 18. Okay. Now, aiming point. You can use the numbers or that first runway stripe. Try to keep that at the same position off your nose. Yep. And then you want to maintain about 65 knots.
Just a little bit more.
And that looks pretty good. I'd go to a little bit more to the right. If you get us, yeah, that looks really good. Now your glide path looks great. Your airspeed, your glide path, you're centered, you've got a stabilized approach. Start bringing the power back just a little bit as you come down.
I'm at 1200 right now. We're not going to make this.
No, you'll make it. Just keep it coming down. We're going to do a full stop. It'll be fine. All right, not yet.
Slowing it.
Now start to level off a little bit. Level off, let it float, let it settle. Okay, start to flare. A little too high. Let me take it for a minute.
Yeah, please do. The bounce there. Yep, thank you.
That's all right. That's leveled off a little bit too high until we get my airspeed up to about there, and then we'll start our climb. Leveled off a little too high, and then we floated a little bit, and then when you did flare, we started to sink, and that's when I decided to take it.
Right. Well, what was bothering me here is I was getting way too much crosswind or whatever it was, but my nose was this way, and I want my nose pointed right down that runway.
I tell you too, I don't know if you saw the wind sock. Now, the AWIS said that the wind was 190 at 3.
Right.
When you look at that wind sock, it wasn't 190, so the wind's really variable today, but it's light. Morse traffic, Cessna 72662, going around 18, and we're on crosswind, remaining in the pattern. Okay, you have the airplane?
I got the airplane.
Now let's go ahead and make a turn on the downwind here.
All right, over to downwind. 14.
We got you.
And just keep climbing up.
Thanks.
Morse traffic, Cessna 72662, downwind 18, Morse.
Yeah, that was a really steep approach for me. It was a little too steep for my comfort level.
Okay.
I like my approaches a little bit less.
Shallower?
Okay. A little shallower, yeah.
So we'll bring it in a little shallower, just keep the aiming point steady off your nose, and then...
Yeah, see, we got that crosswind. I gotta
look at that wind.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, it is a direct crosswind.
All right, let's go 10 flap. Flaps 10, nose down. I'll bring my power out because I want to slow this thing down.
Yeah, think in terms 85, 75, 65.
All right. Alright, so that's 85 there, that's pretty good. Yeah, that wind is really blowing me here.
Let's turn. And this is the point where you want to assess your altitude and airspeed and make adjustments.
You're way high, so I'm going to pull power out a little bit more.
But you're also kind of far. If you pull power back, you're going to have to put power back in. And you're really not that high. Go ahead and put some power back in. Bring it up to about 17 for now. Because you're kind of low.
Traffic 72662, we'll be turning base 18.
All right, that's better.
I still feel high.
All right.
All right.
All right, I get centered. You have a left crosswind.
Yeah.
Correct, actually, there's a little tailwind now. All right, that's a good picture. Keep the numbers about that distance off your nose. Airspeed slow though, add some power. And it takes airspeed a while to catch up, so you're good now.
I'm still steep.
Now you just got to bring the power back.
South inbound, land, you guys please, runway 2.
Power back. Now you just got a little bit of a...
This does not feel like a good setup.
Let me take it to demonstrate.
Yeah, please.
We're at idle right now. I'm starting to gently level off. I'm floating a little, but I got to get that flare going to get so I land on the mains.
Right.
And we're going to pass that up, and we'll do a full stop and taxi back. You have the airplane.
All right, I have the airplane.
And there's a turnoff right up here. I like to keep the back, get the weight off that nose, and then just start gently braking and follow the yellow line off the runway. And once you get clear of the hold short, we'll clean it up, and then we'll taxi back. What that wind's doing. Now the wind is south, so it's pretty variable.
Lewis traffic, North American 66 Tango, overflying the canal, east of the field, 3000, Lewis.
Morris 662, clear the active, we'll be taxiing back.
Okay, go ahead and we'll taxi back, and we'll do a takeoff.
We gotta head back.
Yeah, geez, I lost track of time.
Okay.
If somebody has this at 2 o'clock.
That's fine. We'll just head on back.
Yeah, just go back. We'll be okay. It's just, I usually head back here about, give ourselves about 25 minutes, but we'll make it.
Yeah, see, I don't like my approaches real steep. I like a nice little flat.
Okay.
I like my approaches very flat, and so, you know, I mean, when you're telling me I'm low, to me, I'm right on the mark because it looks low, but when I flatten it out, I keep the edge of the threshold right here on the nose is what I like to do. I like to keep those numbers right on the edge of the nose for me. And because I don't like that sudden abrupt change because there's too much of a tendency for the aircraft to keep coming back up and it wants to float, but if you apply it too quickly, you get that sudden rise.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have instances, though, like landing a cloud. You got houses at one end and you got a street light at the other that you got to come in a little bit steeper. And you don't have to do this. I mean, you can do this, and then you gradually level off like that until you get to your slower airspeed. Yeah, if you do this, you're going to balloon back up. There's no doubt. And now the wind's straight down the runway, so it was almost direct.
Traffic 7509 Foxtrot Alpha on the 45 over 2 route.
So the way I remember my taxi for holding my control yoke is if it's a tailwind, it's down and away, and if it's a headwind, it's up and into.
The only difference is the POHs will tell you don't. It used to be the old climb into or dive away from.
Right.
But you don't climb into. It'll tell you to have them neutral. And the reason the POH says that is that if you pull back and for a headwind, it'll push the tail down, and you can lose maneuverability on the nose wheel.
Okay.
So the PLH says neutral when it's a headwind. But you still turn into it or turn away from it if it's a tailwind.
Right.
Louis traffic 509 Foxtrot Alpha, left downwind.
How long does it take to get back to Cloud from here?
10, 15 minutes maybe.
Okay. We'll just take it direct then.
Yeah, what we'll do is we're going to depart left, because that's general direction anyway. We'll climb up to about 2,500 and just go straight back.
Traffic, Dakota 203 Charlie Charlie, entering a left downwind.
This is 1-8, right?
This is 1-8, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Alpha, left base, runway 2.
All right, looks good. Approach end is clear. Clear to the left, clear to the right.
Hey.
Windows, doors closed.
And one thing on takeoff, look at the engine instrument real quick, and it should be around 2,200. Just call out either engine normal or 2,200 RPM.
Okay.
That tells you your engine's giving you expected power. All right, let's see. For takeoff, mixture's rich. Trim on. We're good. Okay.
There you go.
Ready to go.
What is this, Martin?
This is Morris.
Morris. Morris traffic, Cessna 72662, taking runway 18, departure to the north, Morris. All right.
Morris traffic, Dakota 3 Charlie Charlie, on left downwind.
And where's that windsock? The windsock's point just ever so slightly to our right, so
Louis traffic
we'll give it just a little bit of left aileron. All right.
265 Alpha.
And let's get some alignment. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And engine's normal.
Skyline 510 Tango Romeo is up.
Airspeed's alive.
Straight out to the northeast, Louis traffic.
Okay, thanks.
50, 55, 60, and away we go. Little horn there.
Charlie Charlie.
I know. I wasn't going to say anything after you take off. Did you see the windsock? It was tailwind now. It's light. It's pretty light.
All right, nose on the horizon. Best rate of climb. We got about 80 knots here. Just trim it up. Positive rate, 600 foot per minute. And let's see here. 1,200 for the turn, correct?
Yeah, that'll work. Yep.
All right.
And that's recommended. That's just an aim thing. Sometimes if there's a lot of traffic in the pattern, you may have to turn earlier. But it says generally within 300 feet of traffic pattern altitude, you turn.
Popper Grove, 725 Papa Golf on left base.
All right.
Runway 12, Popper Grove.
Morris traffic, Cessna 662, turning left crosswind, downwind departure, Morris.
Papa Grove traffic, Gold 592, left base 27.
Now kind of, we'll turn and get kind of a northeast heading. And then I'm going to show you the white rooftops. You can see them pretty far away. That's just aim towards those. It's going to take you vicinity of Clow.
All right.
And it's off to your right a little bit. You can kind of see in the horizon there's some white. That's the rooftops. About your 2 o'clock position.
I still don't got them. The big thing I got is Chicago. I can see downtown.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit. We'll get closer, you'll see it.
Right.
Louis traffic, number 265 Alpha Tango's left base.
Are we too far to get an advisory yet?
No, get ahead of it. It's this frequency here, and just swap it over and hit comp 2.
100. Lightning. Information not available.
Runway 927 is closed.
Chicago Romeoville Airport. Automated weather observation. 1845 Zulu. Weather. Wind 09er. 0 at 5. Visibility 10. Clear below 12,000. Temperature 26 Celsius. Dew point 6. Altimeter 29er. 8. Remarks. Density altitude 2,100. Lightning information not available.
Runway 927 is closed.
Clouds 122.9. Dialed in there. All right, now maybe you can see the white just below the horizon. That's the white warehouse rooftops.
All right, 2 o'clock?
Yeah, almost at your 12. It's just a whitish area.
Got it.
Yeah, that's
Right dead ahead of me.
yeah, that's a bunch of warehouses, so it makes it easy to aim for that. Actually, go to a little bit to the left or north side of it because we're going to be 3-6 unless they change the runways.
Traffic 12 o'clock high. There.
I don't have. Oh, got it. Okay, thanks.
We got Cessna. 12 o'clock ahead. Level.
Oh, good.
About 4 miles.
I didn't have that.
Actually, that's more like 7 miles, isn't it?
Yeah, but still. Doing that.
Traffic 2 o'clock high.
Okay. It's the guy we got to focus on here, so that's good eye. Oh, very easy.
Long easy.
Or is that a long easy?
Long easy. He's close too. Now we got one right above us. That's a glider too.
Yeah, that's out of Chicago soaring. He's a little bit away from home.
Say what?
He's a little bit away from home. They're right over us here, but
That cloud right there?
it's very, very hard to see from here.
Okay.
Let's bring the power up to about 2,400. There you go. And I'm going to lean you out just a little bit.
All right.
Watch the EGT peak and then the RPM drop off. 'Cause these bugs can't fall.
A lot of thermals today.
Yeah, it's really heating up.
And call traffic finance 2458 Alpha is 7 to the west inbound, one-way 36 cloud.
That's still 3.6, okay.
5 from cloud, is that what that is?
I'm sorry, what?
5 from cloud, roughly.
Oh, I didn't, here, I'll take the plane, I'll let you see how to use this. Hit direct to. Now, with the little knob, turn it to the right once, and tune in 1
1 Charlie 5.
with the little knob, and the big knob,
Move over to the next one.
yeah, you got it.
A little bit different than my MCDUs.
Now, what's MCDU?
It's basically a multifunction display. Allows you to program in your flight.
Oh, is that the big aircraft?
Yeah.
And then enter twice. Verify the airport, there you go. So we're about 13 miles away.
All right, I got the aircraft.
Got the aircraft.
Oh, not bad. I know I can
Good job.
land this.
After not flying it for that long, you did great.
I know I can land these things. It's, like I said, I don't. It's a visual thing.
Go a little bit more to the
I got the white
northeast.
buildings now.
Yeah, go to the left side of the white buildings. We're going to land on 3.6. Then you can bring the power back up. I took it back on you because we were climbing up with a thermal.
Right.
And call traffic finance 2458 Alpha is on a 3-mile 45 for 36 cloud.
I tell you what, I'll do the landing. At Clow, you're going to be, unless you want to give it a shot, I'm okay. We're going to, you got some houses on the
Well, it's
approach in.
It's a new airport for me, so if you want to take it, I'm okay
Yeah,
with
I'll
that.
take it in. You follow through with me in the controls. And go to the left some more. I'm going to take you over to the quarries.
Okay.
That's a good visual, too.
Got a bird down over here.
Right there. That's,
It's just going to take me a little bit to get used to the area.
oh, yeah. It takes a while. Lewis, which we'll land at,
Oh, there it is.
right over there.
Yeah, you can't miss that.
And then there's Joliet. look to your right here.
Oh, I see it. Yep, yep.
They got a grass runway and we use some soft fields.
Is soft field a requirement for solo?
It is a requirement for the test, but you won't do it on grass with the FAA.
Okay.
It'll be on a pavement.
I'm still looking for the quarries.
It's coming. You're headed right towards them. You won't see them till you get a little closer.
And the 2458 Alpha is on a left downwind, runway 36 cloud.
Our altitude's what, 14?
15 at cloud.
15 at cloud.
That's up.
Alright. For a gentle descent here. My rule of thumb is 5 miles for every 1,000 feet of altitude.
Yeah, that's good. Another way to do it is the rule of threes. You divide by 300 or 30 altitude to lose. That's how many miles out. And you multiply your ground speed times 5.
Alpha is left base, runway 36 cloud.
And that'll give you the rate of descent. So 5 times this is about 555. We get 1,000 to lose, so you could wait until about 3 miles to start your descent. This is good here. All right, the quarries are coming into view a little bit to your left.
I can see the dust popping up off of them now.
Yeah.
So the big green area open here is right next to the quarries.
Yeah.
Okay.
And call traffic, finance 5 Alpha is on final, runway 36
Bring your power up a little bit more, because they're going to be mad at me we're late. Not mad at me. Another customer waiting.
My watch is about 3 minutes fast. I got 13:53 right now.
Yeah, we should land, and we're going to not have to tie down, we're going to park it, so that'll save us time.
Right.
Right about now, you're about 6 miles out. Go ahead and announce that you're 6 southwest, landing on 36.
Cloud traffic, Cessna 662 is 6 miles southwest, landing 36, Cloud. That's 55 right there, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, see that water tower sticking up just north of the quarries? Head right towards that. That's a good place to make your turn onto the 45 for downwind.
I'm still looking for cloud. It doesn't...
Oh, you won't see it yet. And that's why we use these visuals. The quarries, that water tower for turning to the 45 for 36, then you'll see the runway.
Traffic, Breezy taking off runway 36, departing the area to the east. Cloud traffic, Bonanza 5 at Alpha is clear. Cloud.
And cloud traffic, Golden Eagle 59 Victor will be back taxiing after the Breezy.
I actually feel like I got to work today.
Oh, you do?
No, I feel like I'm working.
Oh,
because it's just so bumpy.
I know, I don't like the bumpiness, but what are you going to do during the summer? If you get it earlier, like in the morning, it's a lot smoother.
Smoother?
Yeah.
Cloud traffic, Golden Eagle
remember that.
Victor back taxiing 36 cloud.
Back home, it's very, very smooth, almost 90% of the time, because the temperature never rises really above 75 or 80 degrees. And you're out over Puget Sound the whole time anyway.
You get a lot of IFR up there though, don't you?
Oh yeah, lots of it. I got a lot of good hood time.
Did you work for an aircraft company there?
Delta.
Ah, wow. Are you living near Midway or?
Yeah, I live right next to Midway.
All right.
Cloud traffic, Cessna 72662 over the quarry. We'll be entering 4536, cloud.
Just go around that tower and let's descend down to 1500 now.
Got it. Down we go.
Start to see the runway off to your right in the hangars.
Got it. I got it. Okay, I see what you're saying. Then we're going to go around and we're going to come into it this way.
Yeah.
Then we'll go to our left base.
And I like to do the 45 pointing towards the departure end because otherwise it rushes everything. I want to have time on downwind to get my power and speed set.
Right. All right, there's 1500.
Traffic Golden
Level off.
Victor's position on the end of 36 cloud.
And now you can turn around and head towards the runway, actually towards that blue water tower.
Got it.
Cloud traffic, Cessna 72662, 45 for downwind 36 cloud.
And now just kind of angle in towards the runway in a 45. And then this is perfect. See how we're kind of pointed towards the departure end?
Right.
Now some guys go right towards that end, but now you're going almost immediately into the descent.
All right, I'm going to use this body of water here to set up my base, or my downwind.
That sounds good. Actually, you can turn now, because we got a...
Cloud traffic 7, Cessna 662, turning left downwind at 36, full stop, cloud.
Cloud traffic Golden Eagle 59 Victor departing 36 eastbound cloud.
All right. Got traffic on the runway. Approach end's clear.
Cloud traffic Cessna 6306.
Floor landing check, extra rich, fuel in, seat belts, doors, we're all set.
Base flap. Start a descent. I use this road here for...
Yeah, that's a good, very good, yeah.
All right. Cloud traffic, Cessna 662, base runway 36, full stop, cloud.
Cloud traffic, helicopter 2 miles northeast, 1,900 feet, descending for a left downwind, grass west of the runway 36, cloud.
Are you clear on the approach?
Cloud traffic 59 Victor clear to the east cloud.
Clear approach end. All right, that looks good right there. Cloud traffic, Cessna 662, final 36, full stop, cloud.
Cloud traffic, helicopter 1 mile northwest of the field, landing traffic in sight, descending to 1,400, full stop, cloud.
That feels much better. All right, I may need your help with this just a little bit. All right, power out,
Level off a little bit, let it float. Now, just a little too. Now start the flare, just a tad, right like that. Just let it settle down. There you go, you got it. And then,
Thanks for the assist.
well, it wasn't much. I'll get your flaps here.
Thank
You
you.
can turn off whenever you're ready.
Yep, I want to slow it down a little bit though. That was a lot better than that.
That was good, yeah.
That was felt a lot
Good
better.
approach.
But you see what I mean about that shallow, that going a little bit more shallow than I was.
Yeah. That was a good approach.
Cloud traffic, helicopter left.
Let's get,
final
once you,
36
now it's clear and we'll taxi
grass on
back.
the west of the
We're a little late,
runway,
but-
cloud.
Stand by. Cloud traffic, Cessna 662, clear 36, cloud.
All right, just taxi back, I'll show you where to go. Shut off your strobes. Lights.
Brokerage traffic Golden Eagle 59 Victor 2 to the west, gonna over.
That was a lot of fun.
1600.
Hey, good job, especially not having flown in a long time. That was 2012, that's like a year and a half.
Traffic for these 2 mile final for runway 9 or Brokerage.
Yeah, it shouldn't take you long to get to the point of solo. Your maneuvers are pretty much there. We didn't do any ground reference or steep turns today. I thought it was more important to get some landings in.
59 Victor, we'll go to the south. And
All right, there's a parking spot just before 365 Sierra Pop. You'll see a little yellow T, and you can just pull in there.
I'm right over Lamont.
I'm looking for it. I just want to stay clear of the...
Yeah.
Okay, line short.
I think I got it right there.
Yeah, that's it. And you can just pull straight into that. Once you're lined up with it, turn into it.
All right. Go left. All right, keep an eye on my right wing.
All right. And you're good.
All right, we'll go ahead and we'll stop right
A
here.
little bit, yeah, that's a little bit farther up.
Going to be departing runway 36, climbing up to...
All right,
There you go. That's good.
right,
Okay,
so-
shutdown procedure.
You get my checklist right there. If you want to call it.
So anyone in the cloud traffic pattern, please let me know if you're here.
All right, securing check avionics master's going off.
5.4.